Episode 2. The First Kill. The silence behind the school block was heavy, a suffocating blanket of heat and tension. It was broken only by the dry rustling of dead leaves and the frantic drum-like beating of Uwem's heart against his bruised ribs. He stood frozen, his back pressed tight against the rough cement wall, the grit scraping into his skin. His eyes were wide, locked on the dense bush 5 meters away. It's real. This isn't a concussion dream. This screen, the text floating in the air, it has depth. I can see the dust motes floating through the blue light. I can see the red warning box pulsing like a living organ. Quest, survive the predator. Time remaining, 4 minutes, 58 seconds. The bush exploded outward violently. It wasn't a lion. It wasn't a leopard. It was something that shouldn't exist in nature. A massive bush pig, the size of a motorcycle, charged into the clearing. But it was wrong. Its physiology was twisted. Its skin was hairless, pink, and covered in weeping yellow sores that leaked pus. Its tusks were jagged, overgrown, and coated in a green viscous slime that dripped onto the red earth. Every drop of slime sizzled where it landed, burning the grass. Its eyes were a milky, blind white, yet it turned its head unerringly toward Uwem, sniffing the air. It smelled the fresh blood on Uwem's necklace. System analysis initiated. Target, corrupted bush boar. Grade, lower spirit beast, F rank. State, starving/frenzy. Danger level, fatal. Fatal? The system says fatal. The boar didn't wait. With a squeal that sounded like metal grinding on metal, a sound that made Uwem's teeth ache, it charged. It moved unnaturally fast for its bulk. The ground shook with each hoofbeat. Uwem threw himself to the left. He didn't dodge with the grace of a warrior. He scrambled like a terrified child. His school shoes slipped on the loose gravel. He hit the ground hard, rolling through the dirt just as the boar slammed into the school wall where he had been standing a split second ago. Crack! The impact was terrifying. The entire wall shuddered. A spiderweb of cracks appeared on the concrete, dust raining down. If that hit me, I'd be paced. I'd be dead instantly. My strength is 2. That thing hits like a moving truck. I can't fight this. Uwem scrambled to his feet, his white uniform now torn and brown with dust. He backed away, his eyes darting frantically around. A weapon. He needed a weapon. But there was nothing. Just dry grass, sand, and trash left by students. A plastic bottle, a candy wrapper. Nothing that could stop a monster. The boar shook its head, dazed for a moment, shaking off the concrete dust. Then it whipped around. It pawed the ground, snorting a cloud of green mist from its snout. Warning! Host stamina draining rapidly. Heart rate critical. System, help me! Give me a weapon. Give me a laser beam, super strength, anything. You awaken me just to let me die? Error. Host level insufficient. Shop locked. Inventory locked. Advice, target the eyes. Target the eyes? It doesn't even look like it uses them. It's blind. The boar charged again. This time Uwem was slower. His ribs, already bruised by Kai's earlier kick, flared with agonizing pain as he tried to twist away. He wasn't fast enough. The boar's flank clipped his leg. It felt like being hit by a swinging log. The bone didn't break, but the muscle crushed. Uwem spun in the air and crashed face first into the dirt, sliding 2 meters. HP, 1 out of 10. Critical condition. System override. Adrenaline response activated. The world went slow. The sounds faded. Uwem lay in the dirt, the taste of iron and dust filling his mouth. He could feel the vibration of the boar's hooves turning for another pass. He couldn't get up. His leg felt dead, heavy as lead. I'm going to die. I just got this power and I'm going to die behind the cafeteria. They'll find my body tomorrow. They'll just think a straight animal got me. Kai will laugh. No one will mourn. Thump. The heartbeat of the system grew louder. A surge of heat, different from the pain, rose from his stomach. It was the same ancient angry heat that had come from the necklace. No, I am not dying here. Not after Kai. Not after living like a rat for 17 years. If I die, I take something with me. His hand, scrabbling in the dirt, closed around something cold, hard, and jagged. It was a piece of rusted rebar, half buried in the ground, remnants of an old construction project. It was about the length of a ruler, sharp on one end, caked in red earth. Item detected. Rusted metal shard. Grade, trash. Damage, +1. Trash. It's better than nothing. The boar was rushing him now, jaws open, ready to crush his skull. The smell of rotting meat washed over him, suffocating him. Uwem didn't try to stand. He knew he was too slow. Instead, he coiled his broken body like a spring, waiting. 2 meters. 1 meter. He could feel the heat radiating from the beast. Die. Uwem thrust his hand upward. He drove the rusted metal shard with every ounce of his pitiful strength, too. He didn't aim at the head. The skull was too thick. The rebar would bounce off. He aimed for the soft white underbelly exposed as the beast leapt to crush him. Squelch! The metal sunk in. It tore through the soft flesh. Hot green blood sprayed over Uwem's face, burning his skin like mild acid. The boar squealed, a high-pitched, deafening sound that pierced Uwem's eardrums and collapsed directly on top of him. HP, 0.5 out of 10. Warning, crushing damage imminent. Get off! Get off me! Uwem roared, pushing against the massive twitching weight. It was heavy, suffocating. He was drowning in fur and slime. The beast thrashed once, its hooves flailing, scratching Uwem's arms, and then it went still. Dead weight. Silence returned to the schoolyard. Uwem lay there, pinned under 300 pounds of dead, corrupted muscle, gasping for air. He was covered in green slime and red dust. He looked like a monster himself. Quest completed. Survived the predator. Congratulations. Enemy defeated. Corrupted bush boar. Experience gained 50 XP. Level up, level up. The weight on top of him suddenly felt lighter. Uwem watched in shock as the body of the boar began to dissolve. It turned into black smoke, swirling into the air like incense, and then diving straight into Uwem's chest. Absorbing essence, spirit, +1. Within seconds, the beast was gone. Only the dark stain on the ground and the rusted rebar remained. Uwem sat up, coughing. He wiped the slime from his eyes. His body felt different. The pain in his leg was dulling rapidly. The bruise on his jaw from Kai's punch felt less tender. Status update. Name, Uwem Bassey. Level, 3. HP, 4 out of 15. Regenerating. XP, 0 out of 300. Stats. Strength, 2. Stamina, 3. Spirit, 2. +1 from absorption. Points available, 2. I did it. I actually killed a spirit beast. Look at my hands. They're shaking, but not from fear, from power. 2 stat points. Where do I put them? He looked at his stats. He thought about Kai. He thought about the sheer physical dominance Kai had over him. How helpless he felt when Kai lifted him up. Strength. System. Put everything into strength. I never want to be weak again. Processing. Strength increased. 2 to 4. A sudden jolt of electricity shot through his muscles. His biceps tightened involuntarily. It wasn't a massive transformation. He didn't suddenly become a bodybuilder, but he felt dense, solid, like his muscles were wire cords instead of cotton strings. He stood up. This time his legs didn't shake. He gripped the rusted rebar. It felt like lighter than a feather. Who's there? A sharp voice cut through the air. Uwem froze. He knew that voice. It was Mr. Adebayo, the discipline master, a man known for his bamboo cane and his hatred for students loitering behind the blocks. Footsteps crunched heavily on the gravel, coming around the corner. I'm covered in blood and slime. If he sees me, I'm expelled. Or worse, call the hunters. New quest, concealment. Objective, hide the evidence and escape without being identified. Reward, basic skill unlock. Failure, expulsion. Mr. Adebayo's shadow stretched across the corner. He was seconds away. Uwem looked at the fence. It was 6 feet high concrete. Before, he couldn't climb it to save his life. He would have to drag a crate over.
Strength 4. Let's see what you can do. He ran. He didn't look back. He sprinted toward the concrete fence and leaped. He didn't scramble. His hands caught the top edge and his muscles fired. He pulled himself up in one smooth, explosive motion, swinging his legs over the top just as Mr. Adebayo rounded the corner. "Hey! Who is that? Come back here!" Mr. Adebayo scanned the empty yard. He saw the crack in the wall. He saw the green slime on the ground, but the boy was gone. Uwem landed on the other side of the fence, in the alleyway that led to the chaotic streets of Uyo. He leaned against the wall, his chest heaving. A wide, wild grin spread across his face. Quest completed. Concealment. Reward unlocked. Skill. Inspect. Level 1. This is just the beginning! But he didn't know how right he was. High above, on the rooftop of the school building he had just fled, a figure stood watching. The figure wore a long black coat that seemed to absorb the sunlight. His face was hidden, but his eyes glowed with a faint, violet light. The figure tapped an earpiece. Target confirmed. The seed has germinated, but he is sloppy. Shall I eliminate him before the Voidborn sends him? Pause. Understood. I will watch. If he fails the next test, I will kill him myself.